Welcome back to part 7 of Mystic. Oh, that sounds so professional and so serious. Got myself a cup of tea. If you haven't got one, go and get yourself a brew. We're going to watch these videos together. Leave me a like and a comment as always, and I hope you enjoy.
Movie studio symbolism, starting with Touchstone Pictures. This could be perceived a couple ways. It could be symbolic to the Western Wall, or maybe the symbolic reference is to the Black Stone. Either way, it's symbolism. Touchstone, a standard or criterion by which something is judged or recognized. And we know it's symbolism because you can see the hand touching the stone.
Oh yeah.
Or how about Universal Studios being universal, having an image of the Earth, but then displaying the words into Saturn symbolism. Coincidentally, the black cube reference with Touchstone has significance to Saturn. Or how about the undeniable fallen angel symbolism with Paramount Pictures displaying the fallen stars and Mount Hermon, which is all referenced in the Book of Enoch. It's definitely symbolism. Or how about DreamWorks showing what seems to be as above, so below symbolism, and to have a guy fishing off the moon, of all things, and calling it DreamWorks, all in association with entertainment. I wish more people were able to grasp the depth of this type of symbolism. Another one that's pretty wild to have an association with entertainment, because Lionsgate is a reference to a portal. Are they letting you know what you hear and you see is like a portal? My answer to that is yes.
I'll never forget it. When I was 16, I had a friend come over and show me all the symbolism and all the films, the music industry, and it completely scared the hell out of me. But it's kind of crazy how there's symbolism in everything, and we're so desensitized to it until someone points it out. Sometimes we don't even see it. What is that? Looks angelic. Wow. There's a storm off in the distance as well. Wow. That is cool. What is that? That actually looks like a portal. Aliens are definitely among us, and they'll probably getting here by portals if I had to put my guess on it. If you think aliens are here, write in the comments how you think they're getting here. Do you think they're walking among us right now? Do you think they're shape-shifting? Do you think they're just hidden in caves or mountains or the ocean? Let me know. I'm interested to hear.
Know that the planet Saturn has a hexagram, a perfect hexagram at its north pole. What very few people know is that this hexagram has been known about by ancient people for as long as history has been recorded. People who did not have telescopes or the technology to view anything outside of the Earth's atmosphere besides the stars. That is quite the paradox. That's what's been on my mind lately about this subject. It is, number one, absolutely impossible for these people to have viewed Saturn, especially North Pole. Saturn being associated with the black cube, which has direct connection to the hexagon shape, which is a 2D format of the cube, proves to us without a doubt that these people over the centuries from all over the world understood that there was this anomaly at the peak of Saturn.
First thing I'm going to do, if I ever get superpowers, it's going to be time travel. I'm going to go back and I'm just going to stand there with my iPhone and just record how they built the pyramids. Got to know. And I'll come back and I'll upload it right here.
Acid went in front of the sun this morning, and of course, like usual, they're trying to hide it. And this whole thing made people look farther into all of their scans, and they find a whole bunch of footage where they're just straight up turning it off when weird things start happening. And it's actually ridiculous because while this stuff was going on, the Schumann frequency at the same exact time was going insane. I mean, it's crazy. We have these solar flares and we have these auroras going crazy where no one ever sees them while these weird planetary bodies are just flying around the sky. And before the simple-minded try to tell me it's a lunar eclipse, Yeah, there is no lunar eclipse or partial lunar eclipse this April, and not until September, actually. I mean, beside that, do y'all really think that the moon's what's causing the sun and vice versa to eclipse? This was the sky map at the exact time it happened, and of course, the sun is nowhere near the moon, like it was on April 28th, and y'all can see how fast the thing was moving. And apparently, when
Whoa.
crazy things are going on, they are always cutting the feed on these certain cameras, just gone. People are gonna find out at some point there is way more than just the sun and the moon in the sky. You see the sun over here, but you got that thing right in the sky. They call them the blue and the red Kachina. See, 2 lens flares. And I almost wonder if these Kachinas are the nodes that people speak of, making them blank out their own equipment. At some point, we gotta realize that everything they have told us and showed us is a complete lie.
Anything NASA says, I just don't believe them. NASA knows stuff that they will never tell the public. If an alien walked on Earth
And said, alright guys, I'm real, by the way.
and NASA got a hold of it, we would never know. NASA know things, and they're never ever going to say, are they? Because it would create a panic.
You know that scene in Terminator 2 where the T-1000 like walks through these metal bars and just kind of reforms itself afterwards? Well, researchers in South Korea basically created that. This is a liquid robot that they designed, and you can see it just kind of rolls through these bars and then reshapes itself. It's crazy. They're trying to mimic biology's ability to divide at a cellular level and recombine, and they've come up with this sort of like particle plated liquid robot idea. Here's where these 2 robots fuse into one. You have the white and the yellow on the right, and they fuse into a black one. This is the robot reshaping itself into this sort of cone shape. And we have a couple more examples. This is the actual liquid itself, but it's really interesting to see this stuff.
Surely inventing these things are not a good thing. Like, think about it when someone evil gets their hands on that. And that's a little blob. That's a little blob. Imagine getting a flipping one that big knocking about. You're done.
The thought of 3D printed nuggets might not sound appetizing,
What?
but scientists say you won't be able to taste the difference.
There's only one Kentucky Fried Chicken, always cooked fresh, with Colonel Sanders' original secret recipe of 11 different herbs and spices.
Until now.
Yeah, right.
For in this Russian lab, your next tasty KFC meal is being prepared. Just finishing off some seafood for another customer first. This one is a squid. Yes, KFC has partnered with Russian scientists to develop lab-made chicken nuggets.
Shut up and take my money.
Hot on the heels of fake meat, now comes a plethora of pantry palatables.
Spinach, broccoli, chicken, salmon, kind of just runs the gamut. We were experimenting with a lot of new ingredients as well.
Welcome to the future.
Your printable food comes safely packaged in cartridges.
Finger licking good.
I face a laboratory and a kitchen. As long as it's clean.
Wouldn't put you off?
No.
Simply take some cells from a real chicken, multiply them in the lab into a paste, and gently place that into a printer, similar to the one in your home office. Turn that paste into sheets, and layer upon layer, turn those sheets into cubes. Presto! You've got chicken nuggets. Sheets, and layer upon layer, turn those sheets into cubes.
Yep, see, we can't trust no one. We can't even trust chicken nuggets to be chicken. They're imposters. Yeah, can't even trust them. Well, that's me, done with chicken nuggets.
Oh, blessed Jesus, look at that. How many?
They're deeper in the clouds. It's so hard to look at.
Pastor, they're real clear in here. Look.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
can
that.
see them, can't you?
Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Well,
What a
you
wonderful.
have to put that on Facebook so we can all get it.
I'm going to. I definitely am. Praise you, Jesus. Oh, I've never seen nothing like it in my life. Praise God.
Now, that's amazing. I'd love to see something like that. You know, just to see that image is something that I am waiting every day for, and a lot of us are. But it's kind of scary because people who have the power know he's coming back. They obviously know who their true enemy is. That's why his name has power. They're going to try and use holograms and stuff to try and replicate his return to deceive people. My advice to people: always be prepared, always be ready. Like his return would be like a thief in the night, as it says in scripture. So everyone be on high alert, carry on with repentance. It's an everyday thing, so just continue with it, and he will return, whether it's in this lifetime or the next. No one knows. Only the Father knows the day or the hour. Act like he's coming tomorrow. So continue on all your journeys. We're all on different journeys, but all that matters is that we're on that journey. The hidden hand. Okay. Of course. Wow. There's so many symbols. I mean, it's the secret societies. They have so many symbols that aren't so secret anymore. So people must know when they meet one. Then they must do.
Two photos here, and the first one looks normal. I'll show that to you.
Oh no, man,
Go
no.
ahead and show Chris the normal one, Maddie.
Okay.
Just a normal photo.
Kids in a kitchen.
Nothing's happening. Everything's just chill. Definitely no entities. Right.
Right.
If you scroll down.
Oh.
We
What
have
is
this
that?
crazy stuff. There should be a zoomed in. Is there a zoomed in photo?
That's so creepy.
That's some ring stuff going on right there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like you can see the
That's a
hair.
smile,
Right.
right? It's smiling, and it's hair.
It's like
and it even
you can
it's
see
long black hair.
The fact that she's covering her ear, like she does not look happy.
No,
she's
she
the only one in there that's not having a good time and looking directly at the camera.
Right.
Maybe she's hoping the camera's capturing whatever's talking to her.
Yeah, that's imagine. Could you imagine taking a photograph of yourself, and then they take two, and then you see someone who's a complete stranger to you behind your shoulder, or a little girl that looks like the Grudge? I would never sleep again. Whoa. If that hits you, that's it. That could. That robot just built a conscience in the last 5 minutes, and it goes to show it's like if robots take over, they could all just turn on the human race, same as AI. It'll be like that film I, Robot. They just press that button, and then their heads go red, and then they just start turning on everyone. That could happen. They're all following it. So I did some digging on that last video. That was taken above a power plant. Why do you think the alien sightings go up by like 80% above any power station? That's a really interesting fact. I'd love to hear your theories in the comments below. Write down why you think that is. But those are rocks, and they're smashing windows. They can smash your skull. You'd have to be make sure you've always got phone signal from that weather app, otherwise that's it.
What the is this?
What is that?
Just a whole bunch of like baby spiders? I mean, what the hell? Looks like it.
Oh, it's the mom spider. She's dying.
That was the mother spider, was it? And all the babies were in their mum. Let that be a lesson to all spiders. Don't have a million kids because they can turn on you. And that's it. They'll have you for breakfast.
The glitter conspiracy is a rabbit hole you are not ready for. So I didn't know this, but there's legit only like 2 main manufacturers of glitter in the world, both of which are based in New Jersey, of all places. And yes, I'm talking like regular glitter, the same stuff you use in arts and crafts. One of these companies is like super secret and private, that apparently invented glitter themselves and is very hush-hush about everything. And the other is GlitterX. No one really thought much of it until it came out that we actually have a worldwide shortage of glitter back in 2018. Kind of a weird thing to be short of. So a journalist from the New York Times went in to interview the team at GlitterX to find out. She casually asked if she could tour the factory, and surprisingly, GlitterX told her absolutely not. Like, there was no debate about it. She was strictly not allowed to see how glitter was made, and wasn't even allowed to be in a nearby room to even hear how it's made. So instead, she was just left to interview a manager at the company, and things just kept getting sketchier. She asks the manager if she could tell her what industry serves as her biggest market, and the GlitterX rep instantly, without hesitation, tells her, "No, I absolutely cannot tell you." Confused, the journalist asks her if she knows who their biggest customer is, and she replies with, "Oh God, yes, and you would never guess it. Let's just leave it at that." Asking why she can't talk about it, she responds by saying because they don't want anyone to know that it is glitter, and that if you looked at it, you wouldn't even know that it's glitter. The journalist then asks if you'd even be able to see the glitter at all in the finished product, to which the manager replies, "Oh, you'd be able to see something, but it's, yeah, I can't." And this interview single-handedly sparked the great glitter rabbit hole of the internet. Apparently, these clients that purchase glitter are all under a very strict confidentiality clause with GlitterX. They really do not want people to know that their products are made from the sparkly stuff. The industry these products are part of is clearly massive, yet no one knows what it is. So what even is glitter? By definition, it is aluminum metallized polyethylene terephthalate, essentially plastic that has been aluminized and shredded into tiny specks that sparkle. And it's used in a lot of things, from credit cards, passports, currency, football helmets, cosmetics, jet skis, granite countertops, even toothpaste, allegedly. But none of these are quite big enough to be this top industry buyer of glitter. One of the leading theories is that this biggest glitter industry is for boat paint, which many manufacturers do admit they use it in their boats, and they don't want people to know about it because of how much microplastics in the glitter these boats are really dumping into the ocean, which is a hot topic these days and is why they'd want to keep it such a secret.
Do you know, I've never thought about it, where glitter comes from. That's kind of crazy how it's so secret. I never would have thought, out of everything we're watching on this channel, that glitter would be a conspiracy. Alright, that's a bit overkill. That is a bit overkill. I mean, they're playing noughts and crosses with chemtrails on a beautiful summer's day. It's like a chemtrail disco up there. They're playing Laser Quest with chemtrails. I mean, it's kind of crazy that you can look up in the sky now and it's just covered in this stuff. It's everywhere.
June 2019, the UN proposed the Agenda 2030. It was heavily influenced by the World Economic Forum. It was agreed upon by every nation in the world, but a big part of it is surveillance. Red flag, I would say. So under Agenda 2030, many goals like renewable energy, smart cities, and digital ID were implemented. This one freaked me out. The World Economic Forum, they're the biggest advocates for global digital identity infrastructure. So basically, everyone will have a biometric ID attached to them now.
Wow.
So wherever you travel in the world, biometrically, you can be identified. This is all in the hopes of making the world a better place. And part of the Agenda 2030 that World Economic Forum were involved in, it's called the Great Reset.
Right, which we've heard of.
So after COVID-19, World Economic Forum launched the Great Reset Initiative, and their catchphrase for this whole Great Reset was, "You will own nothing and be happy."
Yes, this officially is happening?
It's been implemented.
Wow.
And that's why there's all these natural disasters being taken over by the government, like this land. So like in Canada, all these places where there's these wildfires,
Right.
It's like, this isn't a safe place for anyone to live. So now the government owns it, and now you have to move into the city.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't like the sound of that. If they try and make me move to a smart city, no chance. I'm a countryside kind of guy. I like my peace and quiet, away from people, away from busy noise. I've always been that way. So if they tell me that I'm going to have to move to a smart city, ain't going to happen.
Former reporter for the LA branch has a history of potentially transforming, a point that seemingly rejects the theory it's due to compression issues. However, the most infamous transformation came when the cameraman, apparently aware of Brownlee's emerging real form, turn the camera away for no reason.
Now, we talk about the mother's arrest, but the mother says that her 16-year-old daughter, the victim in this case, was also arrested here back on September 18th. Now, keep in mind, this is the family story, their account of what they see happened here on campus earlier this month. Unfortunately, we weren't able to reach the school district for comment, but keep in mind, a mother and daughter baffled over how a celebration with cake...
What makes that clip weird is that it happened 3 times. If it was fake, it would probably be just a one-off, but it happened 3 times. And the fact that he walked away from the camera. And obviously he knows about the rumours, so playing into it isn't going to do him any favours, is it? And also, if you're a reptilian, don't you think the worst job to get is a news reporter? Who thinks of that? They can't be that smart, can they?
Oh, I'm a reptilian, I'm hiding in human form. What job do you want, mate? Yeah, I want to be on TV every day.
That makes sense to me. Get a job as a postman or something, like Men in Black.
Bill Gates says that AI will replace doctors and teachers within 10 years.
That's not good.
He also says that humans won't even be needed for most things due to the advancement with AI. And even right here, he talks about how most jobs will be obsolete due to AI. Believe them when they tell you what is coming, because he's not the only one that has talked about this AI takeover. Even Elon Musk has talked about this AI takeover. So it's no surprise that he's coming out and talking about this.
Yeah, I mean, these billionaires, they have access to AI that we don't have. They can see what it's doing behind closed doors. They can see where it's being produced and how it benefits them and what they're involved in. So I think they know what's coming, but that's not good. Especially the part that does scare me is the bit saying it's going to replace teachers and doctors. And if someone invents a time machine, I would go back to the 70s or the 80s, walk around in a suit, smoke a cigar, lovely, take my wife out for a dance. More simpler times before technology, and I'm glad I lived a little bit without a phone growing up.
Which was the U.S. time-space program at the time of the emergence of different forms of time travel in the U.S. defense technical community.
Here we go.
It's been concealed from the American people that time travel existed as the secret twin, essentially, of Project Manhattan, the atomic project. Because at the time that Project Manhattan was being formulated, and some of the world's leading physicists and engineers were being settled in Los Alamos, New Mexico, to develop the atomic bomb, Nikola Tesla's papers from his apartment in the New Yorker Hotel in Manhattan, New York, that had been seized by the War Department upon his death on January 7th of 1943, were forwarded by the president from the National Archives to Los Alamos, and they're still there. That Nikola Tesla's papers were never lost. 25 years later, by 1968, the U.S. defense community had pioneered Tesla teleportation, which is the capability to open up a volatile tunnel in time-space through which somebody can pass. And by the fall of 1970, had found a way to adjust the time of the arrival of the individual via teleportation, backward or forward in time.
See, I always thought time travel already exists, because we have a black hole in the center of our galaxy, like Interstellar. If you haven't seen Interstellar, what is wrong with you? Go and watch it. Now, when they're near the black hole, because of gravity and time is moving at accelerated rate, if we got on a spaceship, right? So if I got on a spaceship and flew to a black hole and just flew past it without going in, flew past it, and then like that, just curved around it and came back, technically I would come back in like 100 years. Even if it was a couple days for me to get there and back, it would be 100 years on Earth time. So technically that's time travel, isn't it? But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about any of these videos. Thank you for watching. I'm posting every single day, so we're going to have much more to get through in the next couple of weeks. But some really good stuff there. Let me know what you think about my theory about time travel, because I think it'll work. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a great weekend, and continue to have a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.